and also found out what the worst cereals are. We recommend looking for a cereal with at least 3 grams of fiber. I don't care about all that. Kellogg's Smart Start Original Antioxidants. Sorry, Kellogg's, but there's nothing smart about a high sugar, low fiber cereal. This Smart Start cereal hijacks the healthy sounding claim antioxidants, compounds that mop up inflammatory, cancer causing free radicals, making the cereal sound better for you than it is. In reality, their box contains an inexcusable 18 grams of added sugar per serving. That sounds like a lot of sugar for a cereal with the word smart in it. Kellogg's Crackling Oats. Somebody mentioned Crackling Oats to me before. Back when I first started the page. I can't remember if he said he loved the cereal or absolutely hated the cereal, but very interesting to see this on the list. Yes, it has oats and bran, but Crackling Oat Bran also comes with nearly 20 grams of sugar if you eat a full cup, as well as a massive glut of palm and soybean oil that loads this box with inflammatory omega-6s and saturated fats. Okay, so I think their focus in this article is the amount of sugar, which, if that's the case, definitely Captain Crunch is on this list. Because Captain got that sugar. What is this? Mom's Best Crispy Cocoa Rice Cereal? I don't think I've ever heard of this. Mom's Best Cereals. Where is this from? It looks nasty, honestly. Per 1 cup, blah, 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 blah. Sodium, carbs. They didn't list the sugar in there. Although it's marketed as Mom's Best, we're not sure if any mom would be happy to serve her child a bowl of cereal with 18 grams of sugar per cup. For 1 cup, you're looking at eating the sugar equivalent of 17 gummy bears for breakfast. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with eating 17 gummy bears for breakfast? Correct me if I'm wrong, but that sounds like an enjoyable experience to me. Either way, this cereal does look pretty nasty. So I'll definitely not try that one. Chocolate marshmallow mateys. I didn't know they had a chocolate variant of it. Generic brands like this cereal from Malto Meal are cheaper, but that's because you're paying for sugar and chemicals, not healthy whole grains. I have not eaten a Malto Meal cereal in honestly a long time. You could buy 2 bags of Malto Meal cereal and you could feed a whole family for the entire duration of post-hurricane no power. All right, let's do this. Did you know that Cornell University researchers found that cereal mascots like Captain Crunch, who make eye contact with purchasers, were the drivers of 28% more brand loyalty among cereal boxes? What? You may be loyal, but you're going to have to walk the plank if you think this cereal is good for you. What? Let's pause for a minute. Let's. How dare were the drivers of 28% more brand loyalty among cereal boxes? I can believe that. And that's, you almost want to say that stems from just in general, like, I guess you can call it children's cereal. Like most of your mascots, you know, are on the cereals that are targeted for the younger ages. But I mean, it does make sense for mascots on like quote unquote kid cereals. And kids grow up loving it because they're familiar with the mascots. The cereal is sugary and very good. Kids love it. They grow up with it, like me. And, you know, brand loyalty starts early, in the early ages. And that's where you are. So I mean, that makes sense. It's a grand coincidence, or I'm sure it's intentional. But thanks, Cornell. Golden Crisp? Sorta kinda wasn't expecting that one. Did you know this box of cereal was initially advertised as a versatile cereal that could be eaten anytime from breakfast to dessert? Yes. Yes. This is definitely one of those. Granted, I always go for, you know, Captain Crunch, Fruit Loops, even Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's like a dry cereal, like dessert type thing. I never go towards Golden Crisp. That's never been my go-to, but I've always seen it as a super versatile cereal. And even in the place of candy, ooh, I mean, not entirely wrong, because I don't eat much candy myself, but I do eat a lot of cereal. The mascot's name is even Sugar Bear. And the first ingredient listed in the cereal is sugar, and the third is corn syrup. Oh man. Corn syrup and sugar, top 3 on the ingredient list, you know you're in for a good time. So it should come at no surprise that there are more than 21 grams. Count this one as one of the foods that have more sugar than a donut. That's an interesting comparison. Kellogg's isn't even hiding the fact that they're trying to serve you a dessert craving for breakfast with these cereals called Crave. They're mostly chocolate flavored filling. Yes, there's more sugar in soybean oil than there is whole grain in the cereal, and they also contain artificial colors and flavors. Though I doubt kids probably don't even know what Crave is. This is probably more for the adults that love chocolate, which I'm not a big chocolate person, so I've never even had Crave before. Special K? Special K? I love Special K. You've likely heard of the benefits of yogurt, but don't let that convince you to pick up this cereal. Kellogg's uses non-fat yogurt powder that's heat treated and thus contains no probiotics, and throws in a medley of inflammatory sugars, artificial flavors, and artificial colors that would knock your gut health off track. But I do love me some fruit and yogurt. If I don't get the Special K strawberries, I definitely go for the fruit and yogurt. I'm very quick to swipe those boxes. Marshmallow Fruity Pebbles, I don't think I've had that. That seems like one of those cereals that's just excessive because you already have like the very sweet flavor of Fruity Pebbles and you're throwing marshmallows in there. What's the point? It's not just the 18 grams of sugar per cup that did Marshmallow Fruity Pebbles in. It was also their addition of artificial colors. Yellow 5, yellow 6, red 40, and blue 1. Red 40 and the two yellows have both been banned from food products in the UK based on research that has connected the colorants with allergies, migraines, headaches, behavioral problems, and hyperactivity among children. My gosh. Now that is a very fun fact to know. Okay, the hyperactivity, like, okay, that seems a little more normal, but the migraines and headaches and all that from food coloring? Who even eats this stuff? I will never eat Sour Patch Kids cereal. We've said it once and we'll say it again. Any breakfast cereal that lists sugar as its first ingredient is a no-go. Unfortunately, that means you shouldn't be buying this box of Sour Patch Kids cereal, despite how curious you are to see how they would taste. I still don't know why this cereal even exists. It came out of nowhere. Nobody talked about it. I don't even know why it still exists. I don't know why people still talk about it. It should not be on shelves. It shouldn't even be in box. It should not be a cereal. But whatever. Not the bear. Well, you know, I'm not surprised by that. Oops, Captain Crunch opted to fill this box with sugary corn flour and artificial flavors and colors. And I'm not mad about it one bit. If you want a good time and you just want to risk it for the biscuit, the berries are there for you, man. They are there for you. Raisin Bran Crunch. I can see that. Here's a tip you should always follow when picking up a box of cereal. Steer clear of the 3 C's. What are the 3 C's? They're crunch, crisp, and clusters. This trio is code for clumps of rice, oats, and corn held together by sugar and fat. That even goes for brand cereals like this one for Kellogg's. It's time to end Raisin Bran cereal's long-held reputation for being healthy. I never called them healthy. I think that's just a common thought for a lot of people, just for the simple fact that it has raisins in them. Dried fruits like raisins should be eaten in moderation because they don't fill you up as much as water-filled fresh fruit and are higher in sugar. Each of these boxes contains 13 grams of added sugars and 15 or more grams of sugar compared to fiber per serving, which is higher than what is expert recommended. Duly noted. Honey Made S'mores. I had that cereal one time before. I love the concept of it. I don't like that it's literally 3 different types of cereals put into one, because you're trying to bite down into a marshmallow with a little chocolate piece and you have the corner of the graham cracker like poking your gum, and it gets pretty wild. Besides the fact that sugar is listed as a second ingredient in this cereal, this box of marshmallows and refined flour also earns a place on our list because it also includes artificial flavors, caramel color, and synthetic preservatives. Good to know that's it. Isn't that the same thing as Golden Grams? Honey Smacks? Honey Smacks Kellogg's, right? Outpost, yeah, very similar. Wondering what the worst way to start your day is? Just with a bowl of this cereal, which contains 36% of your total recommended intake of added sugars for an entire day. I mean, you eat 3 meals a day, right? 36% ain't too far off from a third. Math. Quaker Real Medley's Cherry Almond Pecan Multigrain Cereal. What a mouthful. The description of this cereal on Quaker's website: feed your sweet tooth and your, well, wholesome tooth. So at least Quaker realizes the amount of sugar, which totals more than 5 Chips Ahoy cookies worth. Wow. Very interesting. Honey Oats, yo, I love Honey Oats. Honey Oats are so good. Before I moved to Monroe, Louisiana, I spent 6 months in Ruston, Louisiana. From there, I found Honey Oats on the shelf at the Walmart neighborhood market just down the road, and I was like, this looks interesting. I'm gonna try it. Now, the first time that I ate it, I had some kind of issue with one of my teeth, and this cereal's pretty freaking hard. It takes some work to chew up that cereal. Once I kind of got through it and adjusted and got used to how hard and crunchy the cereal is, man, that's one of the best cereals that I have eaten. It is very, very good. Oh no, behind pulverized corn flour, this cereal is mostly sugar and molasses, and it has no redeeming nutritional qualities. It doesn't have to have redeeming nutritional qualities. As long as it touches your soul and makes you feel good about yourself, what does it matter? Cocoa Crispies. Ooh. I'm surprised there aren't more chocolate cereals on here, to be honest. I was expecting a lot more chocolate. I think there's only 3 chocolate ones on here. Snap Crackle Pop. We commend Kellogg's for finally removing artificial flavors and partially hydrogenated oils, trans fat, from this cereal. But there's still too much sugar, 15 grams, if you pour yourself a 1-cup serving. I've honestly never had Cocoa Krispies because, again, I don't really do chocolate cereal all that much. But I'm sure it's a great experience. Found a probiotic breakfast that isn't yogurt 40 habits that make you sick of 28 worst breakfast cereals ranked. So we have 28 now. We just did 16. The 20 worst healthy cereals. Okay, all right. But it was fun scrolling through that list and seeing what some of the worst cereals are. Please. One man's trash is another man's treasure. All right. That was fun.